Good afternoon, guys, and happy Saturday to all of your sunshiny faces, guys. Some good news in the laundry room process. I went to Walmart today, actually, to get the containers that I needed to finish the organization in there. And I went because the ones I used for the linen closet, those sized ones, were perfect, and I ended up figuring out what size I needed based on, you know, the ones we have in the laundry room, or, you know, the ones in the linen closet for the space in the laundry room, because those shelves are very specific in size. So I had everything like measured out because I couldn't fit a couple of the containers because of the lid size in between like the wall, and then there's like a pipe that's there. So there was one that I couldn't, then there was like another one that I was putting the shelves on. So again, long story short, I had already figured out exactly the size boxes I needed. I went to Walmart today. They don't apparently carry one of the kind of boxes anymore, and then the other kind I think they were out of, which were the bigger sized ones, and then the other size one I needed 4 of and they only had 3. And so I was like, well, I don't want to get 3 of them and then maybe wind up getting another one later and not being able to get all of them, only because, you know, if I'm gonna like go with a different option, like go with Target or something like that, or a different kind from Walmart, or again, because then we ended up going to Target because I was like, well, they might not have the same size ones, but they might have a different kind of the other one that I was looking for. And so they didn't end up having that either then at Target. So because we were in the area and they were right next to each other, so like I said, we ended up then going there and they didn't have any either. So I'm maybe gonna try and figure out like size wise if the ones from Target would fit, only because they had more. Like Walmart was like totally out, and honestly guys, I feel like whenever I go to Walmart, like they're like displays and stuff like that, and they're like shelf stocking always seems like there's like big holes of stuff missing everywhere, or like it just doesn't like, or like one shelf looks like it's completely overflowing with stuff, like they just like jammed way too many of one thing on a shelf. And then some of the other sections it looks like there's like nothing, like you're like, what's supposed to even be in this aisle? And like there was stuff all over the place like in Walmart, and I don't know if it's just like our Walmart, it just is like that all the time. Like there always seems like there's just random stuff like on shelves when like they're not supposed to be, like they just got left there, you know, and like I don't know. Whereas like Target, I go in there and first off, Target is always so quiet. It's like everybody talks in a whisper when I'm in Target. Like seriously, I don't know if it's just again like our Targets, but I go from Walmart, everybody's like talking really loud and there's just like mass chaos all over the shelves. I go into Target and it's like everybody's talking in a whisper, and you know, there's like everything on the shelves are all like so nice and pretty, and like, you know, there's no big holes of stuff that's missing. There's not things in places where they're not supposed to be, and like if there is, there's like somebody like taking that stuff and putting it back where it's supposed to be, like right away. Like you hardly ever find anything like out of place at like Target, whereas like I go into Walmart and I'm like, I can barely walk down this aisle because somebody left like all the lids for like the containers were all over the floor. I was like, I can't even get down here. But then literally I go to the Target that's right across the street and it's like all nice and pretty and like organized, and like never had that problem at Target. Like I said, I don't know if it's just our Walmart, because the other Walmart that we went to, which we literally have like, I don't even know, 5 or 6 Targets in our area. The next closest Walmart is like a really far way away. Like we have a ton of Targets before we have like another Walmart. I know that there's at least 3 Targets that I can count of, like 3 Targets to probably 4 Targets to like 2 Walmarts in our area. So it's probably like a 2-to-1 ratio of Targets to Walmarts. And I'd say the same thing with Walgreens. It's probably a 2-to-1 ratio of Walgreens to CVS's. So yeah, and we don't have Rite Aid here. So anyways, when I'm going couponing and stuff like that, that's why I can hit up more of the one particular store, like go to different ones, because we have more of them in our area, but whereas like the other stores we don't. Like there's 2 Targets that are pretty close to us. And so yeah, anyways though guys, I forgot where I was going with the whole thing. So yeah, they didn't have the containers I needed from Walmart today, so that I could actually organize and finish organizing those bins that are in the laundry room. So I'm kind of like, well, you know what, maybe I'll just try and order them. Like, I don't know if they're just like discontinuing them and that's why they don't have it, or if it's just our Walmart's really bad at stocking too, and they're like, oh, like hardly anybody's been buying these, so we're not gonna like restock them regularly. But the other kind, the bigger container that I needed, they didn't have any of those. So I was like, okay, I think they had one, but the like clip like on the side, you know, so it like clips onto the lid, was broken off. So I was like, okay, I'm not gonna buy that one. And again, I needed 2 of them and there was only one. And then the smaller containers, they had 3, but I needed, and they had 3 but 2 lids, so I could actually only buy 2 of those kind. So yeah, guys, I've got to figure out now if I am actually going to, like I said, maybe redo like the containers that I was planning on doing, because everything's in boxes and it just looks really like, you know, there's stuff in shoe boxes that I'm planning on putting in, you know, like bins, and there's stuff in just like regular boxes that like I can't even hardly see or get to because, you know, the box, like the lids, you know, are like all, some of them are closed, some of them I have to have open, and yeah, so it's kind of a hot mess in the laundry room, and I'd like it to be nice and cleaned and organized and stuff like that, and everything put in bins, and to show you guys that too, but I can't because now I don't know if Walmart will have them. But like I said, might just end up like ordering them, which is possible, but you know, yeah. So we ended up going there because we ended up actually going and getting Portillo's today for dinner. And we ended up watching like all of the sports football games that were on today, and then the Hawks played today and the Bulls also played today, so like a full day of like all kinds of sports that we were watching. But yeah, then we ended up going to the like in between NIU game, which they ended up winning. Matthew went to the beginning of, and then ended up like not watching the end of it or staying for the end of it, because it was pouring rain again, like the last 2 home games or whatever it was, that they've just had like crazy rain. And I was like, it really stinks too, because the 2 weeks ago, or maybe it was 2 weeks ago, I don't remember, whatever week it was that they had the home game last, they had it was family week, you know, so everybody brings their families, and you know, I think it's like the admission is cheaper or something like that for like general admission. And then this week was homecoming for everybody. I was like, that stings too, like they don't get like a good like football game that isn't in the rain. Like almost all the fans were gone. Again, I think it was a little bit better than the other game, but this one was also pretty bad. Matthew was like, I just went back to my dorm and watched the game from my dorm because it was pretty bad. We ended up watching it, like I said, just at home, because originally my dad was supposed to go to work today and he ended up not having to, but he was supposed to go to work, so that's why we weren't going to get tickets. Originally we were, because it's the last home game that's on a weekend. The other ones are all during like the weekdays, so we probably weren't going to end up going. But like I said, guys, it stinks for them, and like, I mean, for us too, we were going to go to both of them, and obviously this one we ended up going because of not that reason, but the last home game we weren't going to go because it was raining, and so this week too it's raining, and so it was like we couldn't have gone to this one really properly either, or wouldn't have enjoyed it, and probably maybe would have ended up leaving early. So it's like all that stuff really stinks. And like I said, even stinks too for like all the students and even the players too. I mean, they ended up winning. It was like a real big beatdown. I think it was like 49-0 or something like that. But it was kind of, you know, it would have been a fun game to actually have gone and seen this one, but like it stunk that it was pouring rain out, and so nobody ended up really getting to enjoy it. But Matthew will be home tomorrow in the morning. I don't know when he works. He does work sometime tomorrow, but he'll be home tomorrow because he does have to work, so he'll be home in the morning, and then we might end up watching we'll be able to watch the Bears game, but I don't know if he'll be here to be able to watch the Bears. The only thing that did end up changing though is that my mom was actually super sick last night, and so that's why too she wasn't feeling the best, so she didn't end up going to the football game yesterday, as well as she had some work stuff that she had to do. But then last night I guess she got really sick, and we're not going to be able to go to my grandpa's church for his last like pastoring or like last sermon that he'll be doing at the church. Like, I mean, like even some retired like pastors will sometimes do like a random like sermon here and there and stuff like that, but as far as like his regular like sermons that he does, he is not going to be doing those anymore. So that's why this is, you know, like his last one pretty much. And so he's retiring. But yeah, guys, so we're not going to be able to go to that, which I was like, honestly though, I don't know what time it is in the morning. It might have been at like 10 or maybe, I don't even know, maybe 9 o'clock or something. But I was like, we'd have to be up at like 6 or 7 o'clock. I was like, there's absolutely no way. I've been waking up so late. And then on top of that too, I was like, I'm gonna just sleep in the car. Like, if nobody else cares, like, just let me sleep. I would have had no problem going as long as I got to sleep in the car ride, because yeah, I probably would have been exhausted. So anyways though, guys, I will see you all in tomorrow's vlog. If you guys did enjoy today's, make sure you guys give a big old thumbs up. If you guys are new, we'd love if you'd subscribe, and I'll see all of your sunshiny faces tomorrow. So bye, guys.